Study Session 2, Composition and Functions of Groups. Introduction. In this study session, we will explore the composition and the function of groups. The three essential components of groups will also be highlighted. Learning outcome. When you have studied this session, you should be able to describe the structures that help the group to function. Structures of groups. Groups vary in size from 2 or 3 members to several dozen members. Most groups, however, have 2 to 6 members. If groups become too large, you cannot interact with all the members. Another feature of groups is homogeneity. Members tend to be alike in age, sex, beliefs, and opinions. There are 2 reasons for the homogeneity of groups. First, many groups tend to attract people who are already similar before they join. People are attracted to others who share their attitudes and thus are likely to recruit fellow group members who are similar to them. Second, groups tend to operate in ways that encourage similarity in the members. This can happen in a number of important ways. All groups can be described in terms of 3 essential components: rules, norms, and cohesiveness. Social norms. Norms represent the expectations within the group for appropriate behavior of group members. Groups' norms do not occur by accident. They represent the interaction of social, historical, and psychological processes and are thus resistant to change. Groups establish norms, rules of conduct for members. These norms may either be formal or informal. Such norms are a powerful determinant of our behavior. All societies have norms about which behaviors are acceptable, some of which all members are expected to obey. For instance, we should be quiet in libraries, and some of which vary from group to group. For example, rules about what to wear to weddings and funerals. This power of norms to shape behavior becomes clear when we violate them too often. We are shunned by other group members and in extreme cases, pressured to leave the group. Social roles. People's roles in a group, their set of expected behaviors, can be formal or informal. Having a set of clear rules can be beneficial to a group. Most groups have a number of well-defined social roles, which are shared expectations in a group about how particular people are supposed to behave. Roles specify how people who occupy certain positions in a group should behave. A boss and an employee in a business occupy different roles and are expected to act in different ways in that setting. Like social norms, roles can be very helpful because people know what to expect from each other when members of a group follow a set of clearly defined roles. They tend to be satisfied and perform well. There are 2 disadvantages of social roles. First, people can get into a role that would eliminate their personal identities and personalities. The second drawback of social roles is that there is a cost to acting inconsistently with the expectations associated with them. Role expectations are especially problematic when they are arbitrary or unfair. All societies have expectations about how people who occupy the roles of women and men should behave. These role expectations can constrain the way in which people behave and result in negative attitudes towards people who decide to act inconsistently with how they are expected to behave. This is defined as the complex forces which give rise to the perception by which members of a group identify. The cohesiveness of groups has a major impact on their functioning. The cohesive work group can present management with major problems. For example, by enforcing conformity to a work rate far below that which is considered acceptable. Group cohesiveness. Cohesiveness is another important aspect of group composition. The qualities of a group that bind members together and promote mutual liking are known as group cohesiveness. If a group has been formed primarily for social reasons, such as a group of friends who like to go to the movies together on weekends, then the more cohesive the group is, the better. The more cohesive a group is, the more its members are likely to stay in the group, take part in group activities, and try to recruit new like-minded members. Sometimes, cohesiveness can get in the way of optimal performance if maintaining good relations among group members become more important than finding good solutions to a problem. Summary. We have been able to examine the three main features of group compositions. 1. Norms, which represent the expectations within the group for appropriate behavior of group members. 2. Roles, which specify how people who occupy certain positions in the group should behave. And 3. Group cohesiveness, which is the quality that binds members together and promotes mutual liking. End of study session 2. Thank you for listening.